Hola mi gente, ¿cómo estás? How you doing? How you living? Okay guys, so we just gonna chit chat it up a little minute here. It smells like something's burning. Hopefully it's not a house. But so a few days ago, like 4 days ago, I didn't realize how much time had passed since that day. I had let somebody disturb my peace. It was somebody that I wouldn't necessarily call a friend because I felt like she actually used me the entire time since I've met her. But it was somebody that I did try to help out once we got here. A few times, as a matter of fact. So, the very first time, the initial time, was with a hospital. Her daughter was hospitalized, and so I took her up a pillow, a blanket, and some food and stuff like that. Now, mind you, I barely knew her. We did hang out. There is a vlog with her back in 2019, but that was the first family we ever met out here. And honestly, we haven't talked to anybody since. But anyways, so on Easter, I got on Instagram for Lord knows what reason, because I have been avoiding like social media. I had been actually hiding out from social media for a while, and I got on there, and for some reason she was all over my timeline. So apparently she was posting a lot, because I normally don't even see her on my timeline due to the fact that I don't watch her stories and I don't look at her posts or anything like that. So I saw her face too many times that day, and I lost it because I wanted my blanket back. My aunt made it. Anyways, so I lost it. I tagged her in a post, let her know she needed to get my shit back, and then I texted her and basically let her know the same thing. She basically was like, I haven't talked to you in years, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. Instead of being like, yo, I overlooked it, blah, blah, blah. Like, I can understand where you're coming from. It's been years, and I should have returned it already. She wasn't on that shit. She was basically trying to flip it on me and making me sound like the crazy one. Now, the way I came was mad aggressive, but it's because my ex had asked for the blanket and got tired of it and blocked her, and then I got to the point where I was just fed up and I blocked her. After I did all that, you know, I ended up blocking her too, but I didn't get my possessions back. However, it was something that I realized was built up inside of me because I was actually tired of being used by people, because I do go out of my way to help people in my life, whether it be my family. And I don't really have friends, to be honest with you. Like, all the friends that I have, I consider family, so I just leave it at family now. I don't have actual friends anymore. So anybody that I can help out in any way that I can, I always try to help out. Please be careful. Please be careful. So I felt offended in the fact that I even had to be chasing this woman back for something that belonged to me. And then the fact that I have gone over and beyond for people to show them that I love and care for them and let them know that I do value them. And then I end up being the one that's treated like shit afterwards. Like, I know that has a lot to do with me and the frequency that I'm on, more so than the people that, because they're just shitty people. They're people that are going to take advantage of people that are nice to them, so they're just shitty individuals anyway. So it's more about me and my frequency that I have to work on, more so than them and their either narcissistic, egotistical ways. So I definitely had to work on myself, but I found myself, like, since Easter, I guess, being a lot more forthright and angry about things that I don't express, because I never really say what bothers me. I just end up like sucking it in and not saying anything, because I don't like confrontation. I don't like to fight, but I also feel like it needs to be addressed. But there's a lot of cowards that she would rather ignore my messages when I was in a nice, even tone with her. She would rather ignore it. She would rather ignore Kevin when he was talking to her nicely, and I just got explosive, because I'm like, you could have handled this on the very bottom level and just returned the item or been like, hey, pick it up whenever you have time. But no, she decided to respond when it got escalated and when I tagged her in the, because I don't give, like, I don't care. Like, if I'm on that level, you'll see the other side, and like, I don't rarely show the other side of myself, which is why I'm mad at myself for even allowing myself to show that side of me. But I rarely go into the mode where I'm like, ah! But I was like, really, I felt offended. I felt used. I felt a lot of things in that moment, and it wasn't just from her. I just happened to see her and take it out on her in that moment, but it wasn't just her. There was lots of people that have made me feel that way, and And so it just came out towards her. However, she didn't deserve all of it, but she did deserve some of it because it's been 3 years and give me my shit back. But letting someone disturb your peace on that level, you should never allow it, because it's just not even worth it. It's not even worth it. They're not worth your time. They're not worth your energy. They're not worth anything to you. So you shouldn't even allow it to get to that point. And I'm kind of like my dad. My dad is a person that sucks up things for a very, very long time. And then we call it like the every 5-year thing, because every 5 years he has a massive explosion. And I guess that's me right now. Mine is usually an outburst of crying emotions. For this situation, it was anger. I guess it's just due to the fact of, oh babe, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Okay. It's just due to the fact of several people using me and taking my kindness for weakness, that it's happened all my life. But I guess I just built up a whole massive amount of emotion, and seeing her freaking face really just bothered me, like on a level that I just couldn't explain. And I was in like such a petty space. I was like, well, her husband tries to hit me up through these apps and whatever, and swipes on me or whatever, so I was going to use him to get my possessions back. But fuck it all, like I don't care, and I don't want to get involved in that shit. As far as Kevin told me, like they got wild shit going on over there anyway, so I'm good. Anyways, so then the person I told you about a few vlogs back, about the one that was like, oh, we're gonna be acting like we don't know each other, called me twice yesterday. Now I have this constant thing, especially around retrogrades, where I ask the universe to remove anyone from my life that does not serve me like good. So people normally fall off or they come back. 9 times out of 10 they come back. So I didn't take this as a sign that she was supposed to be in my life. I took it as a sign that I was supposed to be tested and see how I did with it. I didn't realize she called me because my notifications are always off. I'm always in do not disturb now, because I just don't want to be disturbed. And it just like is crazy, because I have a lot of people that abuse alcohol around me, but they're not like the cool, chill, like alcoholics that I used to run with. They're like really mean and nasty, vindictive alcoholics. So I don't like it, and I'm like being used by every one of them in some sort of way, and everyone feels like they should have access to me, and that they deserve to have access to me, which is definitely incorrect, because I need to be able to choose where I give my energy and who I give my energy to and who I exchange my energy with. And I'm just so mad at myself for allowing myself to get out of pocket over somebody that's definitely not worth it with that dysfunctional ass family, because I can go on and on about the dysfunctional shit that went on in that household that she told me off rip. And so I just shouldn't allow it. Not that my shit is fully functional, not that my shit is perfect, but I definitely wouldn't be spewing that type of information that she gave to me to a stranger. But as far as my friend from way back when that I just felt really an obligation to, I didn't feel that anymore. And my daughter's like, I'm glad that you didn't pick up and, you know, feed into all that shit, because it's not worth it. And honestly, she's the one that talked me down, because I was ready, because I'm about that life when it comes down to it. Like, yeah. So I got notice a few days ago, or maybe a few days prior to it happening, that I'm allowed back on base again, so civilians can go back on Fort Bliss. So I was definitely about to utilize that and go on base and go find her. And because the few times I've been on base, I've seen her. Like, we would run into her and her husband each time. So I would definitely make it an awkward situation if I were to see her and her husband, since he's trying to get at me. But anyways, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Her life is karma enough for her, and I don't want any karma. And I'm just tired of feeling used and abused. And GSP taught me so much about myself, and like me valuing myself and me loving myself. And shout out to him, and shout out to you, because it's just, I do need people in my corner sometimes just to remind me, like Anna does, and everyone reminds me, like, you don't deserve this shit, you don't deserve to be treated this way. And I just need people in my corner sometimes to remind me of things that I don't recognize in myself. So shout out to everybody that has really been in my corner and really has helped me to show me that I deserve better people around me, better energy around me, more love around me, and people that reciprocate things. So I definitely want to appreciate everyone. This is an appreciation to those that have been around me, that have loved on me, that have supported me, that have seen me through so many ups and downs and things I've gone through. And I'm definitely going to feel this next retrograde. I thought it was like pre-retrograde, pre-shadow shit going on, but guess what? That starts on the 25th. So it hasn't even started yet. So this is in Taurus Gemini energy. So either it goes like perfect for me, or this one's probably gonna go crazy. So I'm super excited to see how that goes. But I need to go back in and go to work. I'll update you guys on anything else. I love you. Bye. Alrighty, loves. I'm back and I'm on my lunch break. I don't remember where we left off. And I feel like I've been all over the place today. I met somebody that kind of is like me in that way, because he had like problems with his divorce and stuff like that, and I sympathize, because it's ass. It's really ass, and it makes you not want to do for people anymore. It makes you not want to love people anymore. It makes you not want to give to people anymore, and it makes you block off. And like I was telling my cousin yesterday, like the person that GSP, like I don't want to mistreat someone that's never done anything to me, and that's like my biggest fear. So I kind of like fall back, but that's not good. And I need to communicate with GSP, like, this is what's going on, this is how I feel. And so I'm gonna make it a point today to get that phone call made, because also since he's been in Germany, I really like, our schedules are just so jacked up that we don't really talk. And so it's just been like that lately, and he's adjusting to the time and I'm adjusting to, I haven't put the time in so that I can adjust myself and the work schedule and all that stuff. I heard it's not that bad, but I'm gonna look into it right now, because I keep world clocks on everybody that's like outside of me. So the Beijing time, the North Korean time, Damascus and Naples, those are all people that you know, we're gonna go with this. So right now it's the same as in Naples, so it's not that bad. But it's evening there right now. It's 6 in the evening. So when I get off of work, which is in 4 hours, it's going to be 8:30. Oh wait, I'm lying. It's gonna be 10, right? But I have like a lot of shit to do after work. So by the time I probably get to talk to him, it'd be like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning his time, and I just don't like disturbing him when he should be sleeping. And so that's why I haven't really called, because I didn't know the time was the same as Naples, first of all. And then secondly, it's just getting adjusted to those schedules is like super duper hard. So I know like the first few weeks is going to be hard. He's only been there a little over a week, as he left the same day as me. And then, you know, give him that little bit of time, but also I was giving myself that little bit of time, just due to the fact that I wanted some time to not be a bitch, and I don't want to take shit out on him, because he doesn't deserve it. He's been nothing but nice to me. Like, I can't even think of anything mean. He doesn't like get mad and ghost. He doesn't like not communicate his feelings to me. I'm the problem child with that. I'm the one that's having the problems. I was getting better, and then I got, I don't know, Easter just fucked me. So then after that, my emotions have just been like, I don't want to deal with anyone. I don't want to talk to anyone. And then having like the person that called me back, and then other people that came back into my life after, you know, I asked the universe, like basically telling them to leave me alone, but it just didn't work out. So yeah, I don't know, the fact that everyone thinks it's okay, and I don't know, everyone thinks it's just okay to treat people bad that would never do anything to them. And I think that's awful. Awful, awful, awful. Because anyone that like loves me, I want to make sure I tell them I love them, make sure that I show them I love them. If somebody's been there for me, I want to make sure that they know that I would be there for them too. Like, it's just that some of my friends, some of the people around me are like me and suffer in silence. So we don't say anything, we just be suffering, but it's okay. We're gonna make it through, and I do feel like we're gonna be okay. I don't like calling people on my lunch break and talking because I feel like it's just very rushed and stuff. And even on my breaks, I don't really like talk, like vlogging because I'm on a roll and then I have to stop. But I do like getting it in, and like right now I'm feeling the heat, and I don't know why I'm itching because I have like these bites on me from the ants that were like all over my room, my section. I don't know why. And then I checked under the other side of the sink, which I don't know what they're after over there, but now I gotta pull everything out of there, and it's just madness right now. It's madness, but I don't know. Right now, I'm just gonna chill, catch the vibe, and just make sure that I recenter, realign myself, my heart, and everything. I was thinking about putting my rose quartz stone on, but at the same time, I just don't want all those emotions coming in. So right now, I'm just sticking with this. Keeps me energized and everything, but it also, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. So right now, I just want to take in the energy that's positive and take in the energy that's loving. And so that's my goal, is just to love on people that love on me. Give to people, not just necessarily that give to me, but show me that I mean something to them in their lives. And I just want to cut out all negativity and all people that bring negativity to me, because I don't deserve any of the treatment, and it took me a while to understand that I don't deserve that treatment. It took me a while to understand that I don't have to fix everything for everyone, and I don't have to solve all the problems or try to make all the breakthroughs or do any of that stuff. If they're not willing to do things on their own, then what the hell is that? Then there's not much I can do. I'm just here as me, just giving my heart the way that I would, and I cut off numerous people within the last month. And although it feels weird because some people I talk to regularly, it's just something that I have to do for myself, my peace, my sanity, because their energy drags my energy down, and something is always wrong with somebody. Even my cousin, he called, and I was just like, oh my God. But this was like, sadly, a situation where he like we should talk to one another, but it just feels like it's always something, and so it's kind of frustrating because it's literally always something. And like when it comes to like real life problems and issues and stuff like that, I just don't feel like he has those real things sometimes, and so I kind of avoid it because it's like, these are not real issues. Like, I have real things going on in life, and yours are kind of like, are they even real? So I don't always look forward to the phone calls because you have a life of leisure for the most part, and I have a lot of things going on, but I don't put it on people. I kind of just suffer in silence and then have a freak out moment like I did. But it's sad because it's like my first appearance on social media in a while, and I lost it. And I feel bad for even showing that part of myself, honestly, because I don't want people to be like, oh my God. But then they're also like, oh my God, she's so nice. So it must have been like somebody really fucked her over. And so, yeah, but I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know why. Alright, you guys, so that is my lunchtime. I set it for 22 minutes so I can go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and do all that shit and get back into work mode. But it goes by so fast. Like when you are working, it's like, and then when it's your break, it's like, so it's really annoying. But I love you guys again. Thank you so much for dealing with me. I will have this edited. As far as the Vegas vlog, it was just really me being drunk, so it's kind of like pointless because I didn't really show a lot. I showed the helicopter ride and being on the Ferris wheel, but not much of anything else we did, like drunk on Fremont and stuff like that. But I can't wait to go back. And like, I never went on the strip.